Yeah, I'm doing this for documentation purposes only. That is now, again, reestablish the time and date of this. Reestablish the time and date of this recording. So as of the moment, it is already 7:49. And once again, I see Metzger, so I'll be in. Hi, Mr. Malyari. Good morning.
Hello po, sir.
Yeah, sorry. Medyo nagkaroon talaga na permanent. Yes, o ano, ngayon na pagmuni-muni mo na
Yes.
ang goals. O ano na,
Nagets ko na po yung need gawin. So, bale, sa company, I need to analyze both the logistics tsaka yung sa sourcing and pricing.
okay.
Then, sa prompt ni GPT, so there are parang mga practices na pwede ko i-apply to solve yung mga problems. Then, lastly, gagawa ng presentation talking about everything, especially yung analysis ng problem within the company.
Yeah, pero so far, anong ano, anong, uh, where do you find yourself landing on? Anong variable ng ating framework?
Anong variable po, sir?
Di ba, you're supposed to analyze things, right?
Yes po.
Okay. Tapos after going through that kasi papasok yan na okay. So you need to anchor it kasi okay, let's use this thing. I'm using kung ano yung nakalagay na doon sa core site ha. Kasi nailagay na naman natin kung ano yung flow at the same time kung ano ang outline na hihingi natin gagawin natin. So, ang expectation the next time we see each other would be the following. Okay, you need to present, you need to do a presentation in terms of their company profile, ano ba ang services nila.
Okay po.
Tapos, you ask them, ano ba yung current and sourcing strategies na ginagawa ng company ng dad mo. Since they are servicing European cars, iba-iba yung brand, di ba? So, iba-iba rin yung mga spare parts na yan. So, in essence, iba-iba din yung mga kausap nila dyan. So, you need to assess if that sourcing and purchasing is actually efficient. Tapos at the same time, because body brands ang pinag-uusapan natin, pag-iisipan natin, how do they go about information technology? I'm sure yung mga European cars na ito, meron yung computer on board, di ba?
Yes
Tama
po.
ba? So, they have their own respective system na parang chine-check lang nila yan sa isang iglap, malalaman na nila kagad kung ano issue doon sa kotse, di ba? Tama?
Yes po.
May ganun yan. Okay, so that being said, pasok na tayo doon sa actual logistics. Yan. Kamusta yung facilities nila? Properly maintained ba? Do they have enough space? I don't know. How do they go about spare parts? Which ones are they going? Which ones are they keeping? So you need to analyze all of those things. Now, once you get a full picture, then you need to synthesize the findings. Okay? Ano ba ang key strengths ng ginagawa nila ngayon? Ano yung nakikita mong weaknesses that they have or any inefficiency when it comes to the supply chain? So pag sinabi mong supply chain kasi, You're talking about these drivers. Okay, so klaruhin ko lang ha. Pag sinabi mong supply chain, ang ibig sabihin nun, it's how they do the following five. Okay?
Okay po.
Okay. Kaya kailangan mauna talaga muna yung analysis. Tapos, based on that, no? Kasi nga, the idea there is you synthesize. So, ibig sabihin, you put things together. So, you analyze it separately, you put things together, and then once you put things together, you will now find out, okay, so ito pala yung pwede nilang ma-improve in terms of yung strategic sourcing, purchasing, at sa information technology, and then doon sa logistical variables. So, company profile, services that they offer, analysis of the drivers, and then after going to the analysis of the drivers, you synthesize everything. You bring together ano yung strengths and weaknesses and inefficiency of each of the drivers. Then once you have done that, then come up with a proposed solution. Now, some students kasi, they feel more comfortable that when they do a proposed solution, they anchor it muna sa isang driver. Ibig sabihin, they start first, for example, facilities muna. And then once they have the hang of those recommendation, then it branches out to the other drivers. That's what I meant when I said you can begin with just one drivers kasi dahil siya ay framework, no? Actually anim, di ba? Kasi may pricing pa siya. Pero sa konteksto kasi natin, in this particular project, we don't touch on the pricing anymore because that's in essence a marketing function. Pag sinabi mo kasing framework, magkakadikit yan talaga. Ibig sabihin, kapag may binago ka sa isa, merong pagbabago ka ding o adjustments na gagawin doon sa iba pang variables. Klaro ba?
Okay po.
Okay.
Yes po.
So far, based on what you know about your dad's operation, saan ka nag-lean towards? Anong
Sa
ba?
ano po, sir? Inventory po, sir.
Okay. Why invent?
Since po, parang mataas yung variety nung parts. So, nagkakataon is it's either overstock or understock po. Like, yung sa ordering din ng parts po.
Mhm. So, paano
Since
natin aalamin yan kung nag-exist yan?
ay nangihingi naman po ako kay sa dad ko ng ng sheet nila po ng inventory. And kung ano yung madalas na nagagamit and ano yung madalas na naiipon na stock nila.
Usually, ano yung Porsche? Ano ba?
Yes. Benz, BMW po.
Now, hindi ko alam kung bakit. Anyways, kanya-kanya kasing format. No? As I was sharing with you kanina, maybe because Gemini knows me better. Siguro mas marami lang akong tanong. Kaya, when I did the prompt na I gave you, This is what it gave me. So, magkaiba yung binigay niya sa'yo at binigay. Tsaka ChatGPT ginamit mo, Gemini yung sa akin. So, just for the record lang, yung AI kasi, generative AI, ang ginagamit yung training data is essentially the data of the whole world. Diba? So, magbibigay siya ng output based on yung pinaka madalas na lumalabas, which statistically ang tawag natin doon X-bar. Now, may possibility kasi that the company that your dad is working for or owns, it could be on the left tail, it could be on the right tail. Di ba? Posibleng
Yes.
kasi yun, di ba? So, kaya ako tinatanong sa'yo, kino-confirm sa'yo kung totoo ba talaga yun. So, kaya okay lang ako na gumamit kayo nito kasi at the end of the day, you still have to confirm it. So, that being said, yan, so, kanina natin. So, ito yung binigay niya sa akin in terms of inventory. So, tama ba to? Nag-i-exist ba yan sa'yo?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Now, ang question natin ganito. Sabi mo, humihingi ka ng data to your sa dad mo. So, anong data ang hinihingi mo?
Like yung mismong parang sheet nila ng stock inventory po, sir. Kung ano yung fast moving, tsaka yung slow moving. And kung ano yung madalas po kasi is in-order. Like, so parang hindi siya orderin unless may magpagawa. Mga ganun po.
Siyempre, mahal eh. Mahal, mahal, mahal. Okay. So, ito. Nakalagay naman, no? So it's recorded. So, you can just copy it later on and analyze it. The reason why I am okay with this, no? Kasi nga, at the end of the day kasi, yung bagong industrial engineers, no, people that will be coming in the joining force, iba na yung tools that you have. So, ako, I'm perfectly fine if you want to use this. Yung akin lang is just that it should not replace anything. It should complement it. Kaya ang nangyayari sa atin, sa konteksto natin ngayon, actually, lumalalim yung output. Gumaganda siya actually. Technically, it has more weight. So, yun siya. Klaro ba? So, ang expectation ko sa'yo, the next time you see each other is, yun nga, company profile, the products and services that they offer. Tapos siguro, an initial output when it comes to the analysis of their respective drivers. Tapos if you want to focus on inventory specific doon sa binanggit mo sa akin, this is how you do it. Now, the reason why I could say to you na this is not a hallucination and tama ito is because I have practice. Meaning, sa totoong buhay, when you step outside of the of school and in industry, that's how we did it. Kaya alam ko na okay. So this is not an hindi siya hallucination ng generative AI. Now, ang tanong dyan is, meron bang ganitong setup sa office ng dad mo? or meron ba siyang equivalent? Kasi ang sabi mo sa akin sir, kaya ko naman kumuha ng data. Also, kaya okay. So, okay tayo dyan.
Okay. I-ask ko pa po, sir, yung ano, kasi I'm not familiar din with DMS.
Or baka mamaya may iba silang tawag. Diba?
Ah,
Pwede din naman kasi yan. Okay? So, are
sige
we
po.
clear?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. O siya. Sige, unless you have something else for me, ako, I'm good na.
Okay po, sir.
Okay.
I'll present na lang po ulit, sir, sa ano, if ever na may class sa Friday.
Okay,
If
so you
okay.
prefer to be included in the list?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, no
I'll
problem.
make yun yung initial output ko po para
Okay,
map.
sige, sige, okay. Maganda yan. Maganda yung iyong naiisip na mindset. Yan. Okay yan. Wala akong problema na.
Thank you po, sir.
No problem. O, sige, ingat-ingat.
Good morning po, sir.
Oh, yeah. Good morning. Aga mo ah. Maaga ka ba? Anong oras ka? Alas
8
8.
o'clock, sir.
Hindi nga eh. Kasi lumalabas si... Just to be perfectly clear about it. I just finished meeting with Malyari, di ba? And
Opo.
Malyari is the first one at 7:15. Oh, I didn't see Martinez. I didn't see Ordonio. Oh, you're already here. Oh, so, ibig sabihin, hindi nagpakita yung dalawa. But anyways, oh yes. So ano, meron ka bang bagong ikwento as you share?
Yes, sir, meron po.
Talaga. Teka muna, so ano nangyayari kay Alena? Ba't hindi
Hindi pa
nagpaparamdam?
napapakita, sir.
Oo, hindi nagpaparamdam. May 7:30 sa kanina, di ba? Siya si Martinez,
Opo.
di ba?
Opo.
Oh, nag-iisang Martinez lang naman to. Okay. O siya. O sige na, share na your output.
Sir, kita po screen ko po. Kita po, sir. Sorry.
Okay. Kilala mo masyado to, ha?
Pa.
Kilala mo talaga to, ha?
Opo.
May konta ka dito, ha?
Opo. Ano po, actually, sir, yung napag-usapan po namin, nag-sensitive info na nga po siya, actually.
Hmm.
Sa problem, more specific sa problems po, sir. Sir, so, ayan po. So, yung role of the FedEx Clark Hub po, siya po yung primary hub of FedEx in the Philippines. Kumbaga po, lahat ng packages na kailangan ma-transport to other countries, dumadaan po sa Clark Hub po mismo. Kasi sila po yung may since yung gateway facility is nasa Clark International Airport po. Kumbaga po, parang magkapit-bahay lang po yung airport po. Kaya po, yun yung additional na trabaho nila is yung yun sa import and
Hindi. So,
output
ang
po ng
pumupunta, okay, ang FedEx pupunta sa Clark. Tapos
lahat po ng mga
yung
branches po, opo.
lahat ng branches saan sa Pilipinas o sa buong Southeast Asia?
Ng Philippines po right now.
Ah,
Since
okay.
ang primary po sa Asia po is Singapore na po.
Ah, Singapore, okay.
Opo.
Hmm.
So yun po yung role ni FedEx po sa Clark Hub po. And then po, binigyan niya po ako ng tarang types of two types of categories sa mga problems mo. So, ito po is yung general po mismo ni FedEx na Philippines po. So, yun po, we have the customs and regulatory hurdles, the last mile delivery challenges, and also operational communication issues. Pero if we were to go for yung mas maliit po sa Clark Hub naman po, yung pinaka main difference po nila is yun sa labor concerns po. And kaya po medyo sensitive topic po yun.
Labor concerns dahil
Yun po sa galing po sa employee reviews po nila.
Okay, sige, sige. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sige, I will allow you to pretend. Okay, go ahead.
So, kaya po parang, kasi more puro general po like yung logistical challenges, Philippine customs, infrastructure and geography po since, yun sa geography po, hindi po lahat ng mga, since over 7,000 islands po si Philippines po, syempre po, hindi po lahat ng packages ay nadediretso kay FedEx. So, yung parang routing within Philippines itself, parang nahihirapan na din po sila. So, yun po yung update ko po dito sa company ko po.
So, wala pa.
Nang ano po, sir?
Hanggang diyan ka pa lang.
Sir, i-consult po sana kung what I can proceed po, sir.
Okay. Sige. Well, ah, wala tayong magawa sa geography, di ba? Okay.
Opo.
So, ibig sabihin, what you plan to do. Okay. Can you go back
Ay, yes po.
the earlier slide? The earlier slide, yan. Okay. So, which one are you want to focus on? Kasi wala. Tagilid tayo sa customs, regulatory hurdles. Ano kasi yan? Wala. It's not part of our framework. Yeah. Black box yan sa atin.
Sir, yun sa actually, sir, yung last mile delivery challenges po, yun is yung number one po, ay mer po siyang nabigay sa akin na parang prior process if the package were to like delivered in the wrong address po. Meron na po siyang nabigay na process po sa
Hindi.
process.
Okay lang yan eh. Hindi. Okay, sige. Kasi ang basic kasi nito would be something like this. So pupunta sa hub. Tapos doon sa hub, bibiyakin nila yan lahat. Bibiyakin nila yon papunta sa mga different pang distribution centers across the
Opo.
Philippines. Tapos yung mga yung mga different na yan, di ililipad ulit nila yan. Idilipad nila ulit. Hanggang mapunta yan doon sa, in essence, local na yun. Ibig sabihin, kunwari, Davao. So, kunwari lang ha, kunwari, nasa Clark pa siya. Bibiyakin nila yan buo. Pero itong lahat na yan, nasa Clark pa rin lahat. Okay?
Opo.
Tapos, Clark. O,
Recording in progress.
tapos ano yan? Okay? Tapos, lilipad ulit nila yon. O, for example, ito na ngayon. Nasa Davao ka naman. Okay? Pagdating doon sa Davao, meron na namang yung third party doon na iikot na
Opo.
naman ulit para doon sa That's what you mean by last mile delivery challenges. Tapos, tama din yung sinabi niya. O, pag napunta ka dito sa dulo na to, mali yung package. So, paano gagawin? Ano yun? Lahat naman ng mga last mile delivery, may ganun talaga. So, wala tayong issue doon.
Opo.
Ang tanong ko sa'yo is, do you wanna look at that?
Sir, I think sa um point ay sa kakilala ko po kasi, yun po yung parang forte na area niya po.
Ah,
Kumbaga po, parang mas madadalian po kumuha ng info po.
okay. Buti na lang sinabi mo yun. So, so you're really talking about the last mile part. Okay, sige.
Yes po.
Sige, teka lang.
Thank you.
Okay. Para matulungan kita. Okay, I'm gonna provide you a particular prompt. Okay?
Okay po, sir.
Tapos, i-run natin sa favorite mong AI. Ah, sige. Show me the output.
There po, sir.
Okay, sige, go down. Ano naiintindihan mo dyan?
Sir, yung mga ano po, challenges po, and then naka-provide po ng parang scenario po.
Hindi, ano nga naiintindihan mo dyan? Basahin mo muna lahat. Baba. Hmm. Yan na. Papunta
Ano
ka
pa?
sa taas. Inventory. Sige, baba. Sige pa. Inventory ba yun? Baba, 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 baba pa.
Ito po, sir. Inventory po.
Ayan, sige, baba, baba. Hmm. Saan yung last mile? Facilities ba yun o transportation?
Transpo po.
O, sige, punta ka transpo. Yan. Punta ka dyan. Kopyahin mo to. Ito. Copy this. Tapos i-prompt mo on this dimension. Provide more examples and details. Hindi, ito lang, ito lang, ito lang. Yan. On this dimension. Then, okay na yan. Provide more examples. Go down. Go down. Sige, sige pa. Go down. Go down. Tapos, iligay mo yung sinasabi mo. Maling delivery. Ma- maling maling address ba? O nagkamali yung writer nila sa pagbigay ng percent?
Customs po, sir. Like, mali po ang locate. Halimbawa po, sir, ang papunta po Manila, nabigay papuntang Tagaytay.
Ibig sabihin na sa routing nila sa hub.
Opo.
Okay. So, hindi last mile yan. O hindi mo naintindihan ko sabihin ng last mile. So, ibig sabihin,
Nalito na ako, sir.
namimiss route from hub to hub.
Sir, maraming instances po actually, hindi po na in detail sa akin po.
Okay. Sige. Anyways, stop share. Now, from my end kasi, ito ang binigay sa akin. Gemini kasi ginagamit ko. Okay? Maybe because iba lang yung pagkakilala sa akin ni Gemini. Kaya iba yung binibigay niya output sa akin. Kasi pwede din naman to. Now, ang point ko lang dito would be something like this. Okay. So, anyways, you are already familiar with the prompt, di ba? So, let's now
Yes
get
po.
into ano ba yung aking gagawin o ano aking expectation from you. Pag tinignan mo kasi yung end-term project, yung flow, okay? So far, what you gave me is okay na tayo doon sa number one at saka sa number two. Okay? So, okay tayo dyan. So the question now is, ano tong number analysis of strategic drivers at saka logistical drivers? Ang supply chain kasi, di ba, from our framework, anim yan, di ba? Sir, anim, bakit lima lang yun nandiyan dyan? Kasi we're not touching on pricing anymore. So the whole box, the whole rectangle is the supply chain. We are analyzing it one by one. So use what you have in your prompt specific to parcel delivery like FedEx. You ask kung ano yung mga challenges that they actually have. So, ito kasi yung kaibahan ng approach ng problem solving ngayon as compared to my problem solving when I was a student. When I was a student, I really have to go to FedEx and really look at everything. And then I will say, ito ang challenge nila sa purchasing, ito challenge nila sa IT. So I have to see it for myself. Ibig sabihin, I have to go there in order for me to come up with the list of challenges that they have. Sa panahon natin ngayon, baliktad. You go to ChatGPT, to Gemini, ask for the typical challenges that they probably would have. So you already have the list and you go there and validate. Totoo ba talaga siya? So the question is, bakit ganun yung magiging form? Bakit nagiging ganun yung ating approach? Kasi si generative AI, nagbibigay siya ng response according to X bar. Kasi yan yung training data niya, di ba? Ang gusto nating malaman kasi is that yung response na binigay niya ba, totoo ba yun sa situation that you find yourself in? Kasi may possibility kasi na si FedEx ngayon, ang kanyang sitwasyon is nasa either left, nasa left tail siya o nasa right tail. Kaya pinapakonfirm natin. Okay?
Opo.
So, question natin ganito. Sir, how will I know the sourcing and purchasing? Okay, punta ka ngayon doon sa niluwa sa iyo ng ChatGPT.
Sorry, sa ano po gagawin? Medyo naglalag po.
Share mo yung binigay ni ChatGPT sa'yo. Sourcing and purchasing. Up, up. Sige, ay, hindi na yan eh. Wala pa yan. Transportation na yan eh. May geofencing ka na dyan eh. Go up, go up. Go up. Doon muna sa unang listahan mo. Yan. Sige. Yan. Yan, yan, yan. Hindi, hindi. Go down. Sourcing? Ano ba naman, Jilan? Oh, ano sabi niyo dyan? Sabi mo kanina meron kang labor issues. Yan ba yan?
Eto po, sir.
Oh, yan. If you want, ilagay mo. Labor shortages for drivers or pilots. On this dimension, provide more example. Hmm. Yeah. Pilot, piloto kasi yan. Doon na. Piloto lahat yan. Piloto ba problema mo?
Yun,
Hindi mo pa alam.
wala pa pong data.
Okay. So, ang point lang natin ganito, no? So, nagbibigay si generative AI na, oh, you can start here. So what you do now is, since you are already, you have this information already, you talk it out already with the person, yung contact person mo doon sa FedEx, and you confirm with him or her kung totoo ba talaga nangyayari. So magpakwento ka. So question is,
Opo.
okay, stop share. When you ask this person this question, the reason why you're asking them is because gusto mong malaman itong hinihingi natin sa paper natin.
Opo.
Okay? So, ganun siya. Now, nagtanong ka ngayon. So, nakarinig ka ngayon ng, in essence, 5 sets of stories according to dimension, di ba? So,
Opo.
hiwalay-hiwalay. Then, biglang pupunta ka sa second part. Pinapasynthesize ngayon yung lahat ng iyong findings. I-integrate mo siya. So, sir, paano ko malalaman na na-integrate ko siya? Ibig sabihin nun, you have identified ano ang kanilang strength and weaknesses at saka inefficiency. Huwag mong tanongin yan. Ma'am, ano po yung strength no? Anong weakness nyo? Anong inefficiency nyo? Malamang hindi niya sabihin sa'yo.
Mm.
Okay, huwag ganun, di ba? It's for you to find out. O kung gusto mong mas mautak, pupunta kayo sa ChatGPT. What are the typical strengths and weaknesses and efficiency of the following dimension? So maglalabas ngayon ng listahan si generative AI. Papapapapapa. Papakonfirm mo sa kanya. Pwede din naman yun. Di ba?
Opo.
Wala namang problema doon. Pero ang sinasabi lang natin is that you must be able to go through the process of ano yung process na yon. Itanong mo sa kanya una muna itong 5 dimension na to. Tapos you synthesize it and then and only then can you propose a solution. Now, I've always asked or I've always shared this to the students that you can begin with only one dimension when it comes to proposing a solution. I repeat, you can begin with one. But I'm not saying you only work with one. You can only begin with one. So bakit ganon? Kasi ang framework kasi as it was presented to you, di ba, in our class, these are 6 boxes, di ba? Tapos doon sa drawing ng 6 boxes na yon, merong arrow that goes to each other, di ba? May araw papunta diyan, may araw papunta diyan, may araw papunta ganyan, ganyan, di ba? May ganyang araw, di ba? Tapos may araw din na papunta dito, may araw papunta diyan, may araw papunta diyan, may araw papunta diyan. Tapos and those arrows goes on and goes on. Pero ang ibig sabihin kasi lang noon naman is in a different presentation, may arrows talaga sila like this. Tapos each one has an effect to the other one. Paulit-ulit. Ibig sabihin nun, kapag may ginalaw kang isa, inimprove mo yung isa, may effect sa iba. Kaya ako, I'm okay with you begin with sourcing. Pero I'm sure, once you change sourcing, meron din siyang changes doon sa iba. Like for example, bakit problema ang labor sa kanila? Anong challenge? Malamang kasi walang nagbababa ng kargamento, di ba? Walang nagda-drive ng mga truck. Eh, may effect yun saan? May effect yun saan? Inventaryo, di ba? The parcels movement bumabagal. O dahil doon, mag-iiba yung transportation routes mo. Baka mamaya ang kukunin mong truck mas malaki. Di ko alam. So, you understand it na one change in one variable would have its repercussions to the others. Jilan, are we clear?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So, are we clear when it comes to ano ang ine-expect when we see each other again?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. O siya. Sige, klaro naman pala. You're good na.
Sige po, sir.
You're
Thank you
good.
po, sir. Yes
Okay.
po.
Gising ka na, ha? O, inaantok
Opo,
ko pa.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you po,
Sige,
sir.
thank you. No problem. Yes. Mr. Reyes, your turn.
Sir, I would like to share my screen. And yung i-present ko po ngayon is yung challenges po na yung challenges ng company po.
Sige, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Can you begin first with the company profile para at least masanay ka?
So, good morning, and I will present my presentation about the company Truck Rental PH Transport Logistics Incorporated, cargo freight forwarding industry. So this is located in my hometown, Parañaque City, Sun Valley, which is near Bikutan and Taguig. So they offer services such as product delivery, uh, lipat bahay, uh, warehouse transfer, freight forwarding, door to door, goods delivery, construction supplies delivery, heavy equipment transport, heavy crane lift, and they even offer towing services, which is not indicated, but I will add it as well. So this is ito po yung mga nalaman ko po sa
Anong pangalan ng company ulit dito? Truck.
Truck Rental PH po.
Go ahead.
Ito po yung this is the information that I have found out. So marami po silang trucks, sir. Tapos parang sobrang crucial daw ng pag yung pag-maintain nila ng trucks, sobrang time consuming daw. Espe- Lalo na daw pag pag maraming sirang truck, nahihirapan po sila. So,
Ilang percent
when
ng
it,
truck nila sira?
parang yung latest po mga 2 to 3 trucks, parang, pero madalas po sila mag-change oil, ganun po. Pero,
Hindi. Ano naman kasi yun eh, preventive maintenance yun eh. Pero yung talagang ilang percent ng truck nila yung talagang medyo malapit ng maging scrap.
ah ang ano po is, wala naman po sir. Kumbaga, marami na po silang truck na total na na galing po sa mga road accidents. So, ayun po, part po ng challenges din po yun, yung road
Oh,
accidents.
sige.
Tapos yung pag nasisiraan sila along the way.
Hmm. Sige, go ahead, go ahead.
And when it comes to yung sourcing po nila, kung san, okay naman po sila when it comes to, when they avail trucks. Like they have a good connection with their supplier. But yung mga maintenance shops, yung pag sa maintenance nila, doon daw po sila nahihirapan. Yung mga parts ng truck, nag, nagkakaroon po sila ng conflict, nagkakaroon ng maintenance delays, and napapabili sila ng mga mahal na parts. And lastly is yung lack of manpower, na kulang pa rin sila sa truck drive. Nag-hire pa rin po sila ng truck drivers. So, that's all for now po.
Gumamit ka na ba ng ChatGPT o ng generative AI?
Um, in, Tinry ko po i-prompt yung etong mga challenges po.
Hmm. Oh, ano nangyari?
Mm, Nagbibigay po sila ng mga ano po, yung mga proposed solutions.
Hmm. So, anong
Yun po
ginawa
yung
mo?
uh, yung challenges po muna yung inano ko po. Pero ito po yung mga challenges na to, yung this is like real.
Yeah, yeah,
Ito
yeah.
po.
I'm sure these are really real. So, kasi yun nga ang challenge natin sa ChatGPT, di ba? Karere natin, sir. Try it out. May binigay akong prompt dyan. Copy it. Put it in your favorite AI. Then let's have a discussion. I'm quite familiar with these operations kasi meron kasi akong consulting practice that is actually into supply chain. So, tama yung sinabi mo, pagdating talaga sa trucking rental, one of the challenges that they really have is actually maintenance. As in, ah hindi lang, kung ikaw nagpapatakbo ng, nagpapahiram ka ng trucks, that's one. Okay? Maintenance talaga kasi kapag hindi properly maintain yung truck, hindi mo mapapahiram. Kung di mo mapapahiram, hindi ka naman kikita, di ba?
Wait lang po sir. For
Ikaw
my
naman eh,
company
hindi naman
started.
yan. Iba yan eh.
Wait lang po sir.
Posh naman yan eh.
Kita po ba sir?
Okay, sige. So yan, tuloy mo, sige baba. So meron kang issue ng facilities o inventory mo. Go down. Suboptimal. Yan, akyat, 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 akyat. Yan na. Suboptimal asset replacement o maintenance cost. So, yan kasi yan. Yan ang pinag-uusapan natin dyan. So, iba lang yung presentation na binibigyan ng generative AI kasi tama ka naman. Okay? Kasi ganito yan. Si generative AI kasi kapag nagbigay siya ng output, okay, ang binibigay niyang output is based on its training data. So, ang ibibigay niya yung nasa loob ng X bar. Itong unang plus minus sigma na yan. Okay, kasi di ba sa Gaussian curve natin, sa normal curve natin, tatlong sigma yan, di ba? So, ang ibibigay niya output ay nasa kauna-unahang plus minus sigma. So, ito nandito lang ibibigay niya as part of its output. Kasi that's how it is actually trained. Okay? Because that's how it is actually trained. Kaya marami nagsasabi na gumagamit ng generative AI. Hindi naman totoo yun. Totoo naman talaga kasi baka mamaya yung pinanggagalingan nilang sitwasyon, baka mamaya nasa either left tail sila or either nasa right tail sila. Ibig sabihin, wala sila doon sa 67.7%. Di ba? Pwede naman kasi yun. Kaya nga I always ask the students, okay, use generative AI. Kasi one of the advantages of the present way of doing things as compared to the past. I mean, for example, ako, no, when I was a student, if I'm gonna if ever I'm going to analyze the company that you presented, I will really go to the company and I will really bury my head and really look at everything. And then after some time, I will lift up my head and say, these are the challenges of this particular company. Pero kasi dito sa generative AI, nagbibigay na siya ng challenges. Nagbibigay na nga rin siya ng solusyon. Pero ano pa yan, medyo mababaw pa yung solusyon na yan. Kasi abstracted yung mga data na binibigay niya. Meaning may gamit yan, pero that's not the only thing that you need. It's a start of a solution, but it's not yet the solution. Just to be very, very clear about that. Okay? So that being said, so on generative AI, magbibigay siya ngayon ng listahan ng challenges. So sa panahon natin ngayon, paano mo gagawin yan? May listahan ka na. Ibig sabihin ba tapos na yung trabaho? Hindi. Iba lang ang sequence. Ngayon may listahan ka na, i-confirm mo na lang. Tapos, when you confirm it, you understand how, what's the level of intensity of this particular challenge. Kaya ko tinatanong sa'yo kanina, ilang percent ang kanilang truck, yung talaga umaandar na napaparenta nila without considering anything. At ilang percent ng kanilang fleet nakapahinga. Pahinga in a sense kasi inaayos yung maintenance. Ibig sabihin, maintenance work is being done on it. Sa konteksto kasi ng total productive maintenance, you want your machines to stop when you schedule the stop. You do not want your machine to stop when you don't know that it's supposed to stop. Ibig sabihin, ayaw mo ng corrective maintenance. Ibig sabihin, huminto ang makina o huminto yung truck kasi something happened to it. Kasi kapag ginawa mo yun sa konteksto ng ganito klaseng serbisyo, grabe yun, meron siyang karga, di ba? Tapos nasiraan siya. Hindi, double whammy ka doon. Nasira na yung truck mo, hindi mo pa mamimit yung delivery time mo, di ba? Malamang gagawa ka ng paraan na, okay, kung saan nasira yung truck o saan siya nahinto, kung may GPS yan, magpapadala ka ngayon siguro ng rescue na truck. Tapos ililipat mo siguro lang yun doon sa truck. Under the assumption na kaya mo ilipat yung kargamento niya papunta doon sa kabila, di ba? Meaning, so, yung mga ganong klaseng komplikasyon. Basta, ang sinasabi ko lang, ayaw mo na pumara ang iyong makina o yung truck na hindi mo alam. Gusto mo kapag yung truck mo pumara dahil nakaschedule siyang pumara at you need to work on it. Ibig sabihin, you're doing preventive maintenance on the truck. So, kung ganun yung pinag-uusapan natin, anong data ang kukunin mo? Kasi mukhang papunta ka dun. Di ba? Oh, anyways, I just wanna highlight that already. I wanna highlight that. Kasi nagsasabi siya ng ganyan. Pero paano ka papunta dyan, hindi ko alam. Kasi kailangan mo talaga ng practice pa talaga. Pero hindi ko sinasabi na walang kwenta yan. Ang sinasabi ko, again, it's a start of a solution. But that is not the only thing you need to know. Clear? O, stop share po tayo. Basta you
Yes,
have the
sir.
prompt, meron ka ng initial work. Okay? So that's what's important for you right now. So the next one would be this. So far, ang binigay mo kasi sa akin, kung ibabangga ko siya ngayon sa requirement ng course natin, you provided this and this. You haven't provided the analysis of the strategic drivers, and you haven't provided yet the analysis of the logistical drivers. Familiar naman tayo, di ba, na yung ating supply chain and management. We have logistical drivers and strategic or cross-functional drivers, di ba? Which is yun nga, yung sourcing, information technology, facilities, inventory, and transportation. So ask your contact regarding this. Kamusta po ang iyong sourcing strategies? Kasi yan, especially yan, di ba? Ako ini-imagine ko na yan, truck yan. So tapos yung truck mo, iba-iba pa yung brand, di ba? Tama ba? Tama ba? Iba-iba yung brand ng truck na to, di ba?
Yes po.
O dahil iba-iba yung truck, iba-iba yung brand, iba-iba spare parts niyan. Tama? Do they have their
Yes.
own maintenance group or outsource yung maintenance nito?
Meron po. May sarili.
Okay, tapos pag
May,
sa sarili
pu-
nila, na sarili
pumunta po
nila,
ako sa facility nila and
okay. Ano yun? So,
may nakikita rin po akong may inayos silang truck doon.
oh, tapos malamang may kanya-kanya silang specialization. O itong maintenance person na to, Hino, ito Isuzu. Alam mo,
Isuzu.
malamang may specialization yun kasi iba-iba yun eh. Now, ang point ko lang ganito, you ask them. So, sa ano itatanong ko? Ito, itanong mo kung ano nakasulat dyan. Boss, ma'am, sir, ano po ba ang sourcing strategies natin when it comes to making sure that we are properly stocked when it comes to the spare parts? Paano po ba tayo nag-select ng mga supplier? Paano po ba tayo bumibili? Do we pay in cash? Or they provide us the spare parts tapos nagbili-bill lang ba nila tayo? Di ba? Tapos ang challenge mo pa kasi nito sa Pilipinas sa tracking. Yung mga trucks natin dito, hindi ko alam kung nagbago na, pero for so far, ang karamihan ng trucks kasi natin dito, second hand. Di ba?
Yes po.
Maraming second hand. Ano ibig sabihin ng second hand trucks?
Gamit na po.
Gamit. O pag
Pinagluma
gamit
na.
na siya, malamang wala nang spare parts yun kasi matagal na yun. Posible, di ba?
Yes po.
So anong gagawin mo? Imamachine mo? Iti 3D print mo? Oh, sa 3D print? Pwede ba yun? Hindi ko alam. Okay, anyways, I still remember one conversation I had with my brother. May brother kasi sa mechanical engineering. Ito talaga ang kinabubuhay niya. Maintenance talaga kasi siya. So sabi ko, ayun nga, sabi niya, yun ang problema sa Pilipinas eh. We buy second hand. And when we buy second hand machines, mura naman talaga yun. Yung initial cost mo. Kaya kanina, doon sa prompt na nakita mo sa ChatGPT o Gemini, may sinasabi siyang total cost of ownership. Di ba? Kasi pag sinabi mong total cost of ownership, how much did how much did you really spend in owning that particular asset? Kasi minsan, ang iniisip mo lang is yung acquisition cost mo. Ibig sabihin, yung pagkabili mo, mura. However, gagamitin mo kasi siya eh. So, ibig sabihin, magkano yung cost mo in using that. Eh, paano kung wala ng spare parts? Tapos ang computation mo kung bakit mo binili itong particular asset na ito, ang sabi mo, ang payback period mo, limang taon. Eh mukhang hindi mo na ito magagamit ng 5 taon kasi wala ng spare parts. So saan pumapasok yung ganong klaseng diskusyonan? Andiyan dyan yan, no? Kasi when you purchase something, meron talagang business case of why you're purchasing this. So itanong mo, sino ba contact mo dito? Is it your dad?
Yung ano na po, yung yung tao nila doon po.
Okay. So itanong mo, boss, ma'am, sir, kuya, manong, whatever. Ano po ba yung ginagamit nating formula or approach kapag bibili tayo ng isang truck na second hand? Anong tinitingnan natin? Di ba? Tapos, hinihingi din ba natin yung history ng makina? Maintenance history? May ganun po ba tayo ginagawa? So, what I'm saying is, you have to put yourself in that type of a situation. You ask the following questions.
Ask ko lang po, sir, if pwede ko po ba i-consider na meron po silang GPS tracking
Yeah,
sa
kailangan
and
talaga
yung
GPS tracking dun.
pati po sir yung ano po, yung ano po tawag doon, yung license po sila,
Yeah,
LTFRB.
kailangan yun. Kasi, ano nga sila, di ba, binabayaran eh. Hindi, gets ko yung, ano, yung GPS. Kasi, usually kasi, di ba, ang bayad kasi sa kanila, biyahe, di ba? Tama? Per biyahe ba ang bayad sa kanila? Gabi,
Ano po yan, sir? Hello po.
per biyahe ba ang, per biyahe ang bayad sa kanila?
Yes po.
Okay. So, kung biyahe siya, hindi siya length of time. Sabihin biyahe. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng yung biyahe isang araw. Pwede yung biyahe 3 araw. Tama?
Yes po.
Bayad ka naman sa biyahe. Di ba? May iba naman kasi, hindi. Wala akong pakialam sa biyahe. Basta ganitong karaming tonelada, kailangan malipat mo doon. Pwede din naman yun. Bahala akong paano mo gagawin. Pwede naman yun. Pero pag sinabi mo kasi biyahe, so mas maraming biyahe, mas maraming pera, di ba? So saan pumapasok yung GPS doon? Gusto mo malaman kung tama ba yung, meaning, does your driver stick to the route ng biyahe? Baka mamaya kasi nagmo-moonlighting ba yun? Kung saan-saan siya pumupunta. Di ba?
Yes po.
Baka mamaya naglalalamog pa yun. Hindi natin alam. O kaya may GPS. Di ba? Pero yun kasi, the GPS, the existence of a GPS is a solution already to a problem that they have experienced. Okay, now, ang point ko lang ganito. Ask them. Sir, what do I ask them? Yung nakasulat dyan, no? Pakwento ka. As in, pakwento ka lang. Pag nakwento sa'yo yan, ito na. It's now time to synthesize everything. So how do I synthesize it? Ito. Ano yung ibig sabihin yan? O, di gumawa ka ng ganitong klaseng table. Di ba? Ilagay mo yung drivers mo dito, tapos ilagay mo yung strength, weakness, sa hinihingi eh. Ayan o. Strength, weakness, inefficiency. Kung dahil nagpakwento ka, makakasulat ka na dito niyan. Di ba? Pero importante, magtanong ka, magpakwento ka. Tapos, pag nakwento, siyempre, kumuha ka ng data to confirm kung yung tingin ba ng kausap mo, can it be validated by data? O baka mamaya opinion niya lang yan. So once that thing is done, nagawa mo na to, then and only then can you do this. Pero in order for you to come up with that list, kailangan magpakwento ka. Kailangan mong gawin to, sorry, kailangan gawin mo to para meron kang ilagay dito. Klaro?
Yes po.
O siya, sige. So, anong in-expect ko sa'yo pag nagkita tayo ulit, Gabi? Ano ba? Gabi ba?
Yung
Robin? Ano ba tawag ko sa'yo?
Gabi
Okay,
or
sige.
Gab.
Gab, oh yes. Anong i-expect?
Ah, yung yung analysis po ng mga drivers po.
Okay, looking
Yung
forward
anal
to it. Looking forward to it. Maganda yan. As in, meron pa?
mm, ano pa po kailangan nyo po? Yung
Yun muna.
synthesis na
Madami
po.
na yun.
Sige
Madami
po,
na
sir.
yun. Madami na yan. Madami na yan. Okay?
Noted po, sir. Thank you po.
Okay, sige, no problem. Yes, Ron. Mr. Yambot, your turn. Teka muna, sino ba? Si Yambot ba o
Ano
Villanueva?
pa po muna, sir? Si Miss Villanueva po
Oh,
muna.
tama, sorry. Nakalimutan ko. YZ na nga pala, mauna muna yung B. Yes, Miss Villanueva, your turn.
Yes po. Sir, kita po.
Can you speak louder? Medyo malabo.
Hello po.
Oh yeah, better. So ano to, ano? Meat processing plant at saka distribution. Tama ba?
Yes po.
Tama
Yes
ba?
po, manapit ako.
Wait, wait,
Meat
wait.
processing.
Ano ka ba? Biza or May?
May po. Mayo na lang po, sir.
I'm sorry, ano na?
Mayo. Tagalog po ng May.
Oh, Mayo. Yo. Okay, Mayo. Let's go. Sige, sige. Go ahead, Mayo.
Good morning po. So, I'll be presenting my draft analysis for the driver sa chosen company ko, which is Pure Foods. So, to start, ito po yung information ng company. Yung address po niya is sa Governor's Drive, Sitio de Fuego, San Francisco, General Trias, Cavite. And yung target market ng Pure Foods is yung mga household, like yung families, retail channel, food service like mga McDo and Lawson, and institutional clients. And yung main products niya is processed meat like hot dogs, nuggets, canned goods like corned beef, and condiments. So now, yung naman po, analysis of strategic drivers. For sourcing, yung company nagsosource siya both local and international suppliers. Locally, nagsosource yung company sa agricultural rich regions tulad ng Batangas, Bulacan, Pampanga, and Mindanao, which nagpo-provide naman daw po ng bulk of meat and other raw materials. Meanwhile, sa international suppliers naman daw po, nanggagaling siya sa companies like US, Canada, Brazil, and Spain, mainly for specialized meat cuts po and certain ingredients na hindi available daw locally. So, yung Pure Foods, nag-a-apply po kasi sila ng long-term supplier partnership within local suppliers pati international suppliers and contract agreements to lock yung favorable prices at para maka-ensure daw na continuous yung supply nila sa mga suppliers. Supplier selection naman daw po, based din siya sa quality certification, reliability, and compliance sa food safety standards such as HACCP and ISO. Tapos nag-utilize din daw po sila ng forecast-based purchasing. Nagre-rely sila sa ERP, SCMS, pati MES, katulad nung nandyan po sa information technology. Now, para po sa analysis ng logistical drivers, in terms of logistics po, yung facilities and distribution system are strategically designed para para masuportahan yung large-scale operation of Pure Foods. Sa Gentry po, yung company, nag-ooperate po sila ng
By
25,000 square feet.
Gentry, General Trias?
Opo, Gentry po. Nag-operate po sila ng 25,000 square meter production building na nag-handle po ng manufacturing of processed meat foods.
Teka,
Tapos alongside,
wait. Akala ko sarado na yung nasa Gentry. Buhay pa?
no po sir, no po sir, yun po yung main hub nila for manufacturing dito sa Philippines.
Okay, sige. I was misinformed then.
Iba po ata yung nagsarado, not sure po kung ano, pero may
Pero may
nabanggit po.
nagsarado, di ba?
Opo, pero hindi ko lang po sure kung saan. Pero ano po ata yun, office, hindi po manufacturing lang.
Okay, sige. Okay, go ahead.
Parang relocate po ata.
Okay, sige.
Tapos, ano naman po, alongside po nun is 3,500 square meter na administrative building for management, pati coordination ng activities. Tapos, meron din po silang ginagamit na cold storage. Kasi, kailangan po yun for temperature-sensitive products katulad ng hotdogs, tocino, longganisa, and other frozen items. Kasi, syempre, mapapanis po sila. Tapos, in terms of inventory naman po, Pure Foods gumagamit ng technology like barcode scanning para matrack yung product movement and dynamic safety stock levels para ma-adjust yung demand forecast. Gumagamit din daw po sila ng demand smoothing techniques para ma-prevent yung sudden spike in production and nagko-conduct sila ng monthly SKU rationalization para ma-identify kung anong product yung dapat i-prioritize o kaya i-discontinued. For transportation naman po, gumagamit daw po yung company ng hub and spoke model. Sa Gentry po kasi, ang primary hub po siya sa Luzon. Tapos, next-stage na po siya to Visayas and Mindanao. Tapos, yung deliveries nila are made using company-owned refrigerated trucks para ma-ensure po na hindi mapanas yung mga food habang dinedeliver. And then lastly po, sa last mile delivery, nagko-combine po sila ng own logistic fleet with partnered retailers and distributor para ma-ensure po nila yung pure food products ma-reach yung supermarket and groceries efficiently. Lastly po, well, habang ina-analyze yung mga drivers, naisip ko po na mag-focus on two drivers, which is sourcing and inventory. Mainly because sa sourcing po, yung napansin ko po na nagde-depend heavily yung Pure Foods on both local and imported materials, which nag-expose sa risk like delays, price fluctuation, pati yung supply limitation, nakadepende po kung may mangyari internationally or locally. Tapos yung issue po kasi na to, directly nakaka-affect sa production continuity, especially during global supply disruption or kapag yung raw material nag-cost increase. Pero gaya nga po ng sabi ko, meron po kasi silang contract. Pero bale, ang naisip ko lang po for sourcing, paano po pag may nangyaring delays, ganon. For inventory naman po, may mga problems din po akong na-analyze. Like, for example, overproduction po during peak seasons. Pati yung risk of spoilage just in case po na may masirang cold storage and all, and resilience po sa manual stock replenishment system. Kasi yung Pure Foods deals with perishable goods. So, kapag nagkamali po sila ng forecast or na-delay yung replenishment, makakalid po to sa waste, storage inefficiency, pati higher cost. So, ang naisip ko po, pag nag-focus po ako sa two drivers na to, ma- ma-improve po significantly yung responsiveness, cost efficient, and overall sustainability ng Pure Foods. Yun lang po, sir.
Okay. Sige. Stop share. Okay. So naglagay ako ng prompt
Okay po.
using that, no? So try mo na lang dyan sa on your end.
Okay po.
Tama naman kasi ano, again, I will just repeat what I just shared kanina. The difference lang kasi ng trabaho ngayon as compared to how it was for me when I was a student is that dahil wala pang AI nung panahon na yun at wala pa rin internet nung panahon na yun, I really have to go to the plant and really look at everything. Siyempre, may mga guidance ka lang na okay sa facilities, bantayan mo yung flow sa inventory. Usually, overstock, understock yan. So, transportation, making sure lang na tama yung cycle time, maganda yung route so that they meet. Kapag umalis sila ng alas 6 ng umaga, dapat makabalik na sila ng alas 5. So, those are very relatively simple stuff, no? So, binibigyan kami ng ganong parameters. Tapos, I go to the plant and take a look at everything. And I analyze it. Tapos, from there, I will come up with, okay, so these are the problems in this particular plant. Now, in our time and age ngayon, you actually do not need to go to the plant in order for you to come up with possible problems. The generative AI could actually provide you with one. However, tama din yung sinabi kanina ni Gabby kasi the generative AI could provide you with answers. Pero nag-assert kasi siya na, sir, kasi yung akin totoo. Which totoo naman talaga. Kasi at the end of the day, ang ibibigay kasi sa iyo ng generative AI is as I was sharing with you, is kung ano yung nasa X bar niya. Okay? Kasi that's the training data na binigay. Ang hindi natin alam, whether the solution or the situation that your company is in, baka mamaya either nasa left tail siya o nasa right tail. Di ba? Or maybe siguro nasa gitna siya nito or nasa borderline siya, no? Pero anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that once the data has been given to you, you must be able to validate it. So that being said, okay. So, nailagay mo na ba sa prompt mo, Mayo?
Ay, wait lang po.
Can you show me ano bang ginagamit mo?
Ano po, ChatGPT.
Okay. Ako try nyo sana yung Perplexity with Comment ha. Yung Comment is the browser. I found it helpful. But anyways, sige, go ahead. Mayo, go ahead.
Share screen ko po, sir.
Yep, go ahead, go ahead.
Wait lang. Bagal po ng GP.
Punta ka sa baba. Isa-summarize kasi na yan. Yan ang ugali ni ChatGPT. Yan. Ganyan ang ugali ni ChatGPT. Wala siyang Google Sheet eh. So, isa-summarize niya. Samantala si Gemini kasi since he's part Google, so may bibigay siya tapos tatanungin niya na sa'yo, ilipit niya na sa Google Sheets. So that being said, yan na. Masado ka ng maraming alam mo, di ba? So alam mo na kung anong kukunin mo. So,
Apo.
what do you want to focus on? Inventory
At,
at sourcing.
apo.
Okay, so what is the business case? Why do you want to study inventory and sourcing?
Andito po yung isa, sir, yung parang sa supply disruption. Tapos sa
Okay.
inventory po,
Hindi. When
ito
you
po,
say supply
inventory
disruption, what do you mean?
pa.
What do you mean?
Ano po, supply disruption. Kasi po, nagkakaroon po ng parang instances daw na, for example, yung diseases outbreak sa pork po ata yun. Ano po bang tawag doon?
Yung
Yung mga,
African
apo,
whatever,
swine fever, apo.
swine
Ano daw po,
fever.
namoblema daw po sila ng grabe nung time na yon. Tapos ngayon po may mga nagra-rise daw po na ganun sa, na ganung sakit sa mga animals sa supplier nila internationally. Kaya po naisip ko sourcing, supply disruption. Sa inventory naman daw po, sa ano po, yung inaccurate tracking, especially ngayon nga po, na peak season na po nila.
Okay.
So, nagkakaroon po
No.
ng problem
Kasi okay yun.
for
Ganito
forecasting
Okay.
and all.
Lagyan lang natin pa siya ng isa pang dimension Kasi
Ay,
minsan, tanggap naman nila na kulang talaga supply.
hmm.
Alam mo ba yan?
Hindi po.
Na minsan, tanggap talaga nila na kulang yung supply. Sige, andito na si Ron. May matututunan kayong bago ngayon. Kakaibang pananaw sa buhay ito eh. Okay. Kasi tayo, di ba, lagi mong sinasabi, laging tinuturo sa atin, kung may demand, you must be able to supply that. Tama?
Opo.
Okay. Question, bakit ba natin, why do we hold that in high esteem? Bakit kailangan yung supply ma-meet yung demand? What happens when supply meets demand from a business point of view?
Para masatisfy po customer.
Aside from that, how about you, Ron? Your take.
Sayang po yung profit kapag hindi po na ano ng demand yung supply.
So profit, di ba? At the end of the day, it's really profit. Ang gusto mong malaman is, kumita ka ba? Bumenta ka ba? So profit siya. Profit. So it's not really meeting the demand. You want to meet the demand because you want to maximize profit. Kaya nga 'di ba sa OR, you maximize profit. Yun ang objective niya, 'di ba? Hindi naman to maximize meeting of demand. May ganun ba sa OR?
Ano po?
Maximize meeting of demand. May ganun bang objective sa OR?
Wala naman po sir. Usually po profit po. Or minimizing cost.
Ganun lang siya, di ba? Either you maximize profit
Maximizing lang
or
po.
minimize your cost. Okay, so klaro tayo doon, ha? We agree on that. Yes, sir, how could you maximize profit if you cannot meet demand? Well, you can. How? You sell to the segment that has the highest profitability. Ibig sabihin, may segment kasi na, kaya may one segment, two, three, four, diba? Tanong ko sa'yo, Mayo, ilan ang binibentahan nila? Ano-anong market na binibentahan ng Pure Foods Hormel? Yung binanggit
Ang
ka
alam
kanina eh.
ko po,
Ha?
yung McDo and Lawson po.
Okay, so meron kang,
Pati
so ibig sabihin meron kang
7-Eleven.
institutional account, no? Meron
Opo.
kang McDo, meron kang Lawsons, o ano pa?
7-Eleven po.
As institutional account yun. What else? Ano pa?
Not sure na po sa iba eh.
May sinabi ka
Pero
kanina
yung
hotel eh.
mga bigay.
May sinabi kang hotel eh.
Ay, wala po sa, ano na lang po, yung mga supermarkets na lang po sa SM.
Okay, sige, pagpalagay
Nagsusupply
natin
din
ng
po.
ganun. Sa palagay mo, saan mas malaki ang profitability?
Supermarkets po.
Institutional o sa supermarket?
Supermarket po.
Hindi ko alam. Tanong mo. Kasi kung ang objective mo is to maximize profit, kulang ang supply mo, anong gagawin mo? You sell more to the segment that has the highest profitability margin. Which means, mamimit mo pa rin yung constraint mo na kulang yung supply mo, and yet you still maximize profit. Di ba? That's how operations research work, right? You work
Apo.
with the constraints that you have. So kapag ginawa mo yon, ang lalabas ngayon sa output mo, ay you sell to this particular segment kasi this segment gives you the highest profitability. Hindi mo naman kasi objective yung customer satisfaction. That actually explains for you bakit may mga brand sa ibang bansa na nasa ibang bansa na wala dito sa Pilipinas. Because it's not profitable for these particular companies to sell to us. Though they may make profit, pero they could not maximize their profits. You get what I mean?
Opo.
Ron, do you get what I mean? Okay, so are we clear about this?
Yes po.
Okay. So that being said, okay, can you stop share? Now, so how do you analyze it? Now, so magpakwento ka. Itanong mo, how do you go about sourcing strategies? How do you select suppliers? So you just simply ask what the output or the requirement of the NTEM project is. Kwento ka lang. Pagkatapos kasi noon, you now synthesize it. So what do you mean by synthesizing it? Gagawa ka lang naman ng table na nakalagay dyan yung strength, weaknesses, and efficiencies. Strength, weakness, inefficiency. And dito yung driver. So, 5 yung drivers mo yan. Meron kang sourcing, purchasing, IT. Tapos meron kang facility, inventory, transportation. You list down kung ano sinabi sa'yo. Tapos, as you were saying, you want to focus on inventory and sourcing because that is very familiar for you. But when you do sourcing and inventory, please all know that it is a framework, which means when you touch on inventory and sourcing, it has a effect on the other dimension. Facilities, transportation, and then syempre papasok yung information technology doon. So bakit papasok yung information technology doon? Kasi you have to tag, di ba? You have to tag that particular raw material kung kailan pumasok. At how long can you keep that particular raw material without the raw material deteriorating or without it deteriorating that it will actually have issues already when it comes to food safety. So you do not solve you solve one problem using one lens na naka ganun yung focus. Pero do not ever think na wala siyang effect to the other drivers because it has an effect on the other drivers. Kaya ang nakalagay dito, when you propose a solution, you do not only propose a solution doon sa sourcing and purchasing. You are also providing a solution when it comes to the logistical drivers too. Kasi it has an effect. Pero it's okay that you begin with, sir, I just want to focus on purchasing, sourcing, and inventory. Because that's what's familiar for you, di ba? That's why you move forward with it. At saka our brains naman kasi when we're trying to understand something new, okay? When we're trying to understand kasi something new, we use what we know to understand what is new. Naintindihan niyo ba yan? Oh, hindi. Naintindihan niyo ba yan? In order in order for us to understand something new, what we use is what we already know.
Opo.
Di ba like for example, nung tinuturuan kang bumasa, anong tinuro mo na sa'yo? Tinuro mo na sa'yo yung sound, Actually, nag-una muna yung sound di ba? Kasi sound is something that is natural, di ba? If you really think about it, di ba? Sound is natural. The letter is the one that's invented. Are we clear?
Opo.
Kaya nga, kilala mo si mommy, si daddy, marunong ka magsalita, pero kapag binigyan ka ng words, hindi mo mabasa. Pero na-associate mo yung sound to the image na this is daddy, this is mommy. So alam mo yung sound relates to a particular image. Kasi yun ang natural. Tapos, saka ka tinuruan ngayon ng letters. So, ibig sabihin, nung tinuturo sa iyo yung letters, paano tinuturo yun sa iyo? Tinuro yung sound, which is you already know, at tinukoy kung ano yung letter. Yung letter, yun yung bago. Tama?
Opo.
So, ginamit yung luma para maintindihan mo yung bago. Okay, so let's extrapolate that and use that situation to what I'm sharing to you right now. Since you are very familiar with sourcing and inventory, this is something that you know already, di ba? Then ako, I'm fairly familiar, fairly comfortable that you begin with that. Because once you begin with something you know already, you're familiar with, you're comfortable with, it's easy to see how it relates to the other drivers. Pero ang hinihingi sa atin ng ating kurso is not only do you focus on inventory and sourcing, I would want you to dissipate it and try to relate it to the other drivers. Okay ba yun, Mayo?
Okay po.
Clear?
Clear po.
Okay, sige. So, now here's the thing. So, akala mo tapos na, di ba? Hindi pa tapos. Bakit hindi pa siya tapos? Okay, karirin natin. Kasi lahat, ang ginagawa nyo pa lang, kwento pa lang. Di ba? Eh tayo ay engineer. So kailangan meron kang business case. Ano yung business case? Kailangan mo kumuha ng data. Okay? O sige. Gamitin natin ngayon. Binigay ko sa iyo yung ano, di ba? Yung prompt. Tama ba?
Opo.
O sige. Pakita mo nga kung anong nilabay. Niluwa ulit. Sige. O ilagay mo. I'm focusing on... Saan ka? I'm,
Kita po, sir.
okay, sige. I'm focusing on what? Saan ka
Source.
mag-focus? Ah,
Sourcing po.
okay,
And
sourcing challenges. What data should I be getting? Okay, comma. What data should I be getting to confirm the existence of the challenge in the company I'm studying?
Charlie. Ano po, sir?
To confirm the existence of the challenges in the company I'm studying. Sige na. Maintindihan niya na yan. Kaya na. Go. Go down. So, ano ibig sabihin yan? Iyan ang mga bagay na kailangan mong kunin na data. So, it's not enough that you tell me concept. You being an industrial engineer, you have to back it up with data. That is the data that I'm expecting to see when you write your paper. Are we clear?
Opo.
Okay na.
Opo.
Okay, looking forward to your output. Any
Opo.
questions?
Sa ano po, sir, hindi po about sa ano, sa end term. About po dun sa full supply chain na ano, na petsa-kutsa.
Okay, what about it?
Ano po ba, sir? Kasi po tatlong Excel file po yung nandun.
Lahat.
Are we supposed to ano po, make three
Yep.
petsa-kutsas? Or pwede pong ano, isang
Lahat.
petsa-kutsa yung tatlong.
Lahat.
Bale, tatlo po dapat yung ano.
Yes.
Okay po. Sir, pwede ko po ba i-ano yung akin? Kasi isang petsa-kutsa lang po yung ginawa ko,
Hahabol mo.
tapos nandun na po yung tatlo.
Ihabol mo.
Okay po. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
sige, no
Tapos
problem.
i-replicate po, no?
Yep, yep.
Okay po. Thank you po. Yun lang po.
Okay. Okay, Ron, your turn.
Good
Ang
morning
dami
po,
na nun.
sir.
Ano, na-improve mo na report mo. Ang haba na ng diskusyonan na yun. Feeling ko, in-improve mo na yung report mo ngayon. Ha? Yes.
Good morning po, sir. So, yung company po na napili ko is about Lawson Philippines po. So, about Lawson Philippines po, yung specific store po na convenience store na finocus ko is here po in in Harvard Suites po, sa Quirino. So, yung target market po nila is residential clients po since ilalim lang po talaga siya ng condominium. So, for the industry and market position po, so it is a retail and convenience store po that originated from Japan. And in 2019 po, nag-partner po si Lawson with Ayala Corporation and it still continues to expand po in the country with about 500 stores on 2024 po. So for their competitive advantage po, it lies in convenience, global reach, and strong franchise model and adaptability. And for their customer segments po, it is for individuals, family workers, and commuters, and even for students po. Since here in our condo po, mostly po ng tenants dito is students din po. So for the drivers po, so here is the facilities po. So ang main distribution hub po nila is in Pasig City for their store space po. So here in Quirino po, it is about 150 to 200 square meters in total po, and proximity to customer bases po such as mall visitors, office workers, tourists, and students po. So for their inventory po, it focuses on three goods po. First is yung fresh food po. Next is yung packaged goods. And lastly is yung non-food items po. So yung mga essential items po. So for management methods po, gumagamit po sila ng just-in-time and EOQ po. Next is for their transportation po. So daily po, nagde-deliver po sila for about 2 to 3 times. First is for breakfast po ng 6 a.m., lunch for 11:30 a.m. po, and midnight po. Due because para po maiwasan po yung traffic po ng rush hour. And yung package goods naman po daily at sa umaga naman po. For non-food items, 2 to 3 times weekly po.
Asan yung ano
So
nila? Asan
depende
yung
po.
komisari nila?
Sa Pasig po.
Okay. Aabot ba ta?
Medyo
Aabot
malayo-layo
ka
rin
doon?
po dito.
Aabot ka doon?
Saan po, sir?
Sa komisari nila, hindi.
Ah, ang kausap ko po ngayon, sir, yung store manager po nila dito sa mismong Quirino branch po.
Okay, sige. Pero maganda sana kung makita mo yun.
Apo, sir.
As in,
Tinatry ko rin po, sir, pakiusapan yung manager nila if kaya pong makausap po yung
hindi,
mismong
kahit ano, sana
komisari
ano
nila.
lang. Para ma-appreciate mo kasi grabe yan ah. In order for them to have 3 runs, ibig sabihin meron kang 6 o'clock, di ba? So isang run
Opo.
yan. Tapos magra-run ulit sila ng 11. Tapos magra-run ulit sila ng 12,
Which
di
is
ba?
ayun din po ang
Yes.
nagiging problem nila kasi ang costly po ng pag-travel po. So,
Yeah.
ayun po. Continuing po, yung traffic congestion din po sa Manila can cause delays, specifically during peak hours po. And even in hindi po peak hours, nagta-traffic pa rin po. Depende po talaga sa flow ng traffic.
No,
Kasi
minsan pag
minsan po
umulan, di patay
umuulan.
tayo dyan. Eh kung Pasig
Opo,
yun,
ayun.
hindi, good luck doon.
Layo din po.
Hindi lang
Tapos
layo
po
yun,
for
may
source,
baha kasi doon eh.
opo. And dito rin po sir, bumabaha din po minsan. Kaya, ayun po. For their sourcing po, may local suppliers po sila from Bulacan, Batangas, and Baguio. Well, yung import naman po is specifically sa Japan po talaga siya. For information system po, nag-ERP po sila. supply chain management system po, POS integration, TMS, and data analytics po. And for key stakeholders naman po and partner po, yung Lawson Philippines po ay nagpa-partner po siya sa Ayala Corporation po, guiding the financial growth and strategic expansion. And yung Lawson po is nagko-comply sa FDA and DTI po to ensure po na legit po yung mga binibenta nila. And for the company po, partners with diverse suppliers, including global suppliers from Japan and technology partners po that plays a crucial role in enhancing digital payments po. So, ano po, here is the challenges po for Lawson Philippines po and my focus po for this supply chain po. So, I talked to their manager po last week. So, ito po yung main key problems na na-encounter nila sa store. First is sa
Teka, wait.
transportation
Share
po.
lang ako. Wait lang. Hold
Sige
that
lang po.
thought. Dali lang. Okay, go ahead.
So, ayun po sir, here is the challenges po for Lawson Philippines po and may focus po for this subject po. So, I talked to their manager po last week. So, ang main key problems po na na-encounter nila sa store is first, sa transportation po. Since the store receives food deliveries 2 to 3 times daily po to maintain product freshness, it leads to high transportation cost po and adding the traffic congestion po even in not peak hours po. So, unpredictable din po yung traffic flow. Kahit nga po ngayon, matraffic na eh. Kahit hindi naman po peak hours, so matraffic pa rin po. So nakaka-affect po siya sa transportation. Lastly po, inefficient po yung delivery volumes po nila minsan. So to avoid overstocking raw po sa non-peak hours, small delivery volumes lang po. And these problems po ay nagli-lead to another problem po which is sa inventory po. Because small delivery nga po yung volume na kinikater nila sometimes, nagkakaroon po sila ng stock out. So sayang po yung profit na kikitain po sana nila doon. And other times naman po, marami po silang stock. So hindi naman po nabibili ng customer. So unpredictable demand is another issue po. So the store has also limited storage space. So kailangan po talaga nila i-optimize yung inventory nila specifically for chilled and frozen items po since there are instances po na napapanis po yung product po nila like yung mga bento meals and rice meals and even po yung salads po nila. So in conclusion po, the store's frequent deliveries and short product shelf life create operational challenges that affects profitability and efficiency po ng Lawson. So that's all po for my presentation and update.
Okay. So which one are you gonna focus on?
Transportation and inventory po, sir.
Seryoso ha?
Yes po.
Okay. So, siguro naman, hindi ko na kailangan i-repeat performance yung sinabi ko kanina kay Mayo that I'm
Yes po,
okay
sir.
with you starting with that. Pero my expectation is that it will have an effect on the other stuff. Okay?
Apo.
Tapos, same thing then, towards the end kasi ng discussion natin kay Mayo kanina, I also asked her, so anong data yung kukunin mo, di ba? Kasi
Opo.
you also need to show data. No? So, ilalagay mo lang naman yun sa prompt para you can know what you need to
Kung
ask.
ano pong data yung kukunin ko. Yes po.
Okay. So, you know how to proceed na, Ron?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, baka may tanong ka. Mukhang love na love mo tong Lawson. So, mukhang favorite mo to eh.
Yes po, sir. Ito po bumubuhay sa akin. Yung mga food po nila.
So, yung diet mo. What's your
Opo.
diet? Lawson's.
Lawson. Quality naman po kasi yung food nila, sir.
No,
Promise. Try nyo po.
Kasing walang problema talaga sa buti na nga lang may ganyan eh. Di ba?
Opo.
Then tsaka basic kasi yan is pag napunta ka pa ng Japan, 7-Eleven, Lawson,
Opo,
Tigra.
grabe po yung 7-Eleven.
As in, iba din dun.
Mabubuhay ka na 7-Eleven pa lang po, sir.
Oh, iba naman kasi talaga doon, di ba?
Opo.
Oh, anyways, so sige. I mean, unless you have something else. Ako, I'm good now with the output you provided. At you
Sir,
caught
ano
naman
po
kasi the whole discussion of yung kay Mayo eh. So, essentially, that's the same
Opo.
input I'm gonna provide you. Yes.
Sir, question po regarding sa update po. So, next update ko po is about sa data na po and yung strengths, weakness, and limitations po.
Yes,
Tama
that
po ba?
particular matrix na kanina din
Apo,
po.
yung table po.
Yep.
Okay po, sir.
Okay.
That's
O,
all po,
sige.
sir. Thank you po.
Okay, sige. Ingat-ingat. Thank you.
Ingat.
So there. So just to mark, no, essentially just to mark time in day. So it is already 9:36. So let's just go back a bit and make sense of the people we actually saw today. So just to be perfectly clear, okay, this is the list of people that we wanted to see. Okay, so Malyari was there. Martinez did not come. Ordonio did not come. Jaylene came in. Gabby came in. Mayo came in. And also Ron Yambon. So we'll just keep the Zoom room open, okay, just in case. Martinez will come in and Ordonio. Maybe, I don't know, maybe up to 9:45 or so. Let's just see. Okay, so just to be perfectly clear, the reason why we are just keeping or we're communicating very early on, why it has to be 15 minutes is because we want to make sure that the student knows that the session has to be highly intentional and that they need to come in prepared with their PowerPoint presentation and they must be ready for discussion. And the reason why we're stopping it at 9 is because though we're intentionally wanting to keep it to 15 minutes, I mean, it's also a possibility that we might actually overshoot it too. So that's the reason why, though the schedule is up to 8:45, it's already 9:40 right now. So there's really a possibility that the discussion time from students to student might actually vary depending on the readiness of the students and the output of the students as they actually present. Okay. So, anyways, we'll just keep the Zoom room open and let's see if Ordonio or Martinez will actually come in because there are the only two students that were scheduled to meet today that did not come. Anyways, let's just take a look if they actually uh, saw the announcement because we also provided this thing in the announcement. So we posted this same announcement and we want to make sure if Martinez and Ordonio actually saw it. So people opening up announcement in Blackboard. Blackboard has the facility to capture it. Okay. So according to this, Martinez and Ordonio wasn't able not to see the announcement. So Malyari saw it this morning and went in. Pua saw it yesterday. Gabby saw it this morning. What else? Villanueva saw it. Well, very early this morning, midnight, and also Yempot. Okay. So if we're just gonna base it here, it looks like it's highly unlikely that Martinez and Ordonio will be coming in because according to what's been captured by Blackboard, they haven't seen it yet. But that being the case, Martinez is a good friend of Jalen. So it's also a possibility that Jalen also have escalated or shared that Elena is scheduled to be here today. But that, whatever the case may be, let's just keep the Zoom room open and hope that they'll be coming in. So just to mark passage of time, it is already 9:41. So pausing the recording and we'll resume it when the student comes in, or simply just to mark passage of time. Yeah, just to mark passage of time. So it is currently 10 o'clock already. So that being said, let me just put everything into perspective as to who actually came in into our class. So we posted this announcement and provided this particular flow. So to be clear, Malyari was a show. Martinez did not come in at 7:30. Also, Ordonio did not come in at 7:45. Pua came in at 8, and then simultaneously, Gabby, Mayo, and Ron came in. So that being said, we're still waiting for Malyari and Martinez to come in. But according to what's been captured by Blackboard, both Martinez and Malyari didn't open their respective blackboards. Therefore, they did not read the announcement. But that being said, reason why we're still keeping the Zoom room open is because Jillian Grace Pua is a good friend of Alina Martinez. So it's a possibility that Jillian actually communicated with Alina that she is scheduled to present today. With that hope is the only reason why we're keeping this Zoom room. So we'll keep it for a while still. That being said, we'll just pause the recording and we'll resume it later if Alina or John or Donna comes into the Zoom, or to simply mark the passage of time. So pausing the recording. Yeah, hi. Again, just to mark it. So as of the moment, ever since we've opened the Zoom at 7 o'clock this morning, Martinez and Ordonez has yet to come in into the Zoom. So it's already 10:16. So this class is only up to 10:30. So we'll still keep the Zoom room open and hope that Ordonez and Martinez would make an appearance. Pausing the recording again. Yeah, this is just to officially close the session. So currently the time is already 10:32. So that being said, uh, we'll we'll keep it. We'll keep the last sentence to a last rundown of people that actually came in. So just to be perfectly clear and for the last time, the reason why we have Zoom room open is because we provided the following details in the course site of I-186B. So we provided them with the Zoom link and the name of students that are actually attendance required. So Malyari was a show, Martinez was a no-show, Ordonez was also a no-show. Yeah. So just to be, again, just to clear it up again. So Malyari was a show, Martinez was a no-show, Ordonez was a no-show, O was a show, Reyes was a show, Villanueva was a show, and Ron Yambol was also a show. So that being said, let's just make sure that for those next sessions we're in, I need to see you again, wherein you're actually required. Please do come in. Um, in order the generative AI or the generative inorganic intelligence really helps a lot. No, but you still have to marry what has been abstractly created from training data to reality. So the role of the future industrial engineer is really how to work with this co-intelligence or co-intelligence. So we're actually trying to simulate it right now and find a way on how to make use of this situation. So please do come into the attendance required sessions. It's very the role of the school hasn't changed because the role of the school is still about awarding academic credentials. And in order for the school to award academic credentials, it has to validly confirm that you actually know something. Because if we don't do that, then we could simply just give academic credentials to the generative AI. But we are awarding academic credentials to students. So we want to make sure that the published course outcome is really truly manifested with the students, in the students. So there. So anyways, stay safe and looking forward to your respective future presentations.